right here is where we are going to keep it a little more open than the rest. And I already nearly ran into the glass plane here, like all those beautiful memes that you see IRL all the time. Alright everybody, hello and welcome back to another episode on Scrap Mechanic with me, Spacefish, and welcome back to our good old base. In the last episode we were working as per usual on our new home and oh god, help me, I am randomly taking things apart. I did not press a single button there, rest assured, and I'm also quite confused what this right here is. I hope this construct still works now, but in the last episode we were actually working on our new home, and we do now have even more bricks ready to go to continue that part, and we also have some glass ready to continue that part, and we also have some wood ready to go and finish up the floors down on the bottom floor of our new home. So we will definitely be working on that today, and you know, doing more design work, closing up some more things, hopefully making some good progress. And as you can see, it's just past 12 PM out here, so we will be planting a whole 2 pineapples, beautifully fertilizing away, and we could probably also consider, just saying, to do some burglary stuff, yeah? Should we? I've got no clue how much of what we need. We will need to spend some wait, first things first. Let me get that watering system going already. We will need to spend some fertilizer, I guess, on all the things that we now plant, because I was a bit late to the party. But I guess if we're already doing a farming session, and we do have some space, we may as well use it. So we will need some tomato seeds. We will require also some red beet and some carrot, and then let's see how much we need for the veggie burgers, which miraculously just found one, you know, not going to say no to that. So we can do like 10 carrots, 5 red beet, and 5 potatoes, and that should keep us covered for a while longer. Let's do that, I guess. Because, you know, honestly, if we already have the space, it's not going to, hopefully, at least, make the rate that much more terrible, so may as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tomatoes. I was going to call them carrots right there. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 carrots. And then we are going to go and add 5 red beets to the mix. The question really being here, I mean, technically they should get ready in time. Do we fertilize anyways? I mean, I think we've got a huge ton of fertilizer, honestly. We also have a huge ton of excess seed, so let's just do it, honestly. May as well. I don't really want to risk an on-top raid, because, well, honestly, I mean, I'd rather just keep some potatoes flowing and stuff like that, and well, if we do have an on-top raid, that means another day of having the raid, then another day of waiting, and only then can we plant stuff again, which really isn't all too great. And given that we theoretically already have a good bunch of fertilizer, which I'm not seeing anywhere, just saying, and given that I theoretically do have that, I guess, you know, we may as well use it. Question being, where in the world is that fertilizer that I had in the back of my mind, eh? I don't freaking know. We can always make some new one, but like the later we spray that fertilizer, does it actually affect it? I'm actually not sure. Does the fertilizer always give you the same time bonus no matter at what point in the growth stage you spray it on? Maybe at least, except for the latest point where it would otherwise already be done. No, I guess not, because these plants are already further than... No, they're not further. I don't know. Interesting one. But there we go, that's the fertilizer done, that's everything planted, and that'll hopefully be us having the last 2 pineapples ready to go, which means that at the end of this episode, or the next one, well, probably the next one, because we do need to go and get the farmers there as well, but we will have that spudling gun soon TM finally, which is awesome, awesome stuff. As you may remember, we do already have one farmer down here, which is still trapped by my flippin' miner, which keeps just sliding into here. Well, let's maybe, you know, recover that one for like the 15 bajillionth time in a row. But yeah, one lad already down here. I'm not quite sure how many we needed, if it was 2 or 3. If any of you know, please feel free to let me know down below how many caged farmers we need. But yeah, I mean, there should be more back there as per usual in the forest where we get our ember from. Usually that does respawn every once in a while, so we should be good to go. But we're going to have to deliver those out in the next episode as well then, and after that, you'll finally have a fancy spudling gun, which will be awesome. So, coming back to the house. Honestly, in terms of the stairs, I've got absolutely no clue in the world how we want to do this stuff. I've already seen that some of you guys have commented. The one suggestion was to just turn the stairs around pretty much and go up to the middle here instead. Not so sure how much I like that one, to be honest, because I mean, while weather is technically not a thing in Scrap Mechanic, if you think about a real world use case, I guess technically, you know, it would just rain into the house because we're going to leave this part open, so I'm not too sure about that. The other part then just being the suggestion to well, get the stairs going in parallel. So I mean, basically just starting where we started down there, like here, and then kind of just going up and up and up, which I'm also not too sure about because I mean technically it's the same thing again with like weather, and this was supposed to be closed off, and then this is supposed to be the inside of the house, and technically if it would rain in Scrap Mechanic, it would just rain in, which, you know, is like, not too sure about that. We all know it doesn't, but at least I think not. I don't think I remember it ever raining in the game. But regardless, you know, it's kind of triggering my OCD a bit otherwise, I suppose. So, still absolutely unsure. Also, not really sure. I don't think any of you really let me know yet what you think of the like turning stairs upwards thing just yet. So, also not sure on that. I'm also not entirely sure how good or bad that may be. So, we're just gonna leave that be for the time being, I guess, and just kind of focus on designing the house. The other thing, though, as I said, is that we also do have the glass right here. And that is, of course, based on Spastic's Cube's idea to kind of just, well, maybe pull down the glass all the way and have it on both sides of the stairs instead of just like this. So we're going to try that out today. The question, I guess, somewhat being how much glass this really is. Well, we're going to give it a try, alright, and see just how well that is going to work. So this would be, I mean, let's maybe do it like that, right? We can leave one stair. Well, I mean, you know, I would love to do it on the other side here as well, but apparently we don't have enough, so we need more scrap stone, hey, but, you know, I need to farm that anyway, so it's fine. We can check the approach on the other side out as well to see how it is when we do it symmetrical. We'll just do it in the future then. But we'll leave one set of stairs like this, and the other one I'll just kind of fill in like we had it before on the other side, and then we run out of glass. Because, you know, that's the thing to do. Not actually entirely sure how we had set it up. Did we set it up like this? Or did we go one step further down? Do any of you remember? I don't. I'm going to have to look back at the footage. So, I mean, question being, right, do we leave these here open only? Or did we leave this part here open as well and just have the glass come down to there? I think it was like this with all the stairs entirely open. But please feel free to let me know down below in the comments, and then, you know, we'll just adjust that in the next episode based on what we have here, and then we can maybe compare the two, and maybe then you can also give me some feedback on what you guys think down below in the comments as per usual. So this here being the one approach, and then on the other hand side, we would have this. Now, on this one, the question would be, right, if we only do the glass up here, do we even want to put any sort of wall here in between? Or would we just leave the entire thing open so you can, like, see to the bottom? You know, maybe we can do some sort of corner down here also just to still segment the rooms or something, so like this. I don't know. Let me know what you all think down below. I'd love to hear about that, but we're going to go and finish that off next time then, I guess, when we do have enough materials, and then hopefully we should also have enough glass to extend this stuff down on the other side of the stairs. See how it looks when we do put glass on both sides of the thing. So very interested in that, but for the time being, we've got wood. So first things first, let's use that, and then let's go and use our bricks to go and expand on the house. And let's also try and keep that raid timer in mind. At least we have one this time around, and I have actually planted the stuff together with you guys, and it's not just going to pop up without any red timer notifying us about impeding doom on our farm. I am so triggered. I am so... Ah! There is still this tiny, minute spot here left that has still got grass in it. I am so triggered by this. I was so happy that we still had the scrap wood that I was able to make the proper wood out, and then, you know, we would be able to finally fully fill in the first floor, and then this happens. Like, seriously. Does that really need to happen? Oh, I don't even know. But yeah, so, I mean, regarding this part right here, where we experimented at the end of the last episode, I think we all kind of agreed that it was a bit smooth for gravel. The only suggestion... Wait, is this black? I saw Spastic Cube also talking... Ooh, so this is how you strip the color, I guess, which is interesting. Do I get color back that way? No, it just disappears. But I think Spastic Cube generally also mentioned about something about black. I guess this is not entirely black what I'm using here, but we may as well, if I remember the button, check it out just to see how it looks. Yeah, I guess in the end it looks more like asphalt than anything. It would be very nice and usable for asphalt, to be honest, if there wasn't these like teeny tiny imperfections in there. But maybe that is then the reason to just use, I think maybe like blank concrete is probably the way to go for asphalt. I'm not sure how blank concrete, like literally tier 1 concrete blocks, actually look when they're connected up in like a big space. So we will have to see. But I feel at least for asphalt, that's the way to go. In terms of gravel, I still have got no idea in the world what we could be using here. So, you know, any on-top ideas, please feel free to let me know. I do have the unfortunate feeling that there is not really much of any options. So, I guess if there is no options and no ideas, maybe we just gotta either go with sand color or we just stick to bricks. So let me know your thoughts on that down below, I guess. Or any ideas. Would love to hear some. Cool. But with that said, let me do, first things first, the same thing here that I did all around here, basically. Just to kind of start framing in some windows, because we're not going to leave the atrium just open like that, I suppose. Gonna just make sure to match the rest of the building like that. And then we have got a bit of a concept going here. The interesting question for me, honestly, being, I kind of like that you're somewhat able to see the top of the tree from here. So maybe we will remove this pillar and make this like one big window and just frame it in a tad bit like this, maybe? Let me know your thoughts on that down below. I mean, it would be quite the massive window, so I'm not sure if at some point we would kind of be overdoing it a bit much with the windows, but I mean, generally I like the idea. Maybe we could even honestly just make it match with where the stairs glass starts to make kind of the flow a bit better. So like this, and then like this bit here removed. It's quite a massive window though, isn't it? You know, we could also do like some sort of separator here in the middle, I guess. Make it a double window like that. Let me know your thoughts down below. Would love to hear about that. And then also, I guess, I mean, if we're going around here, I think I would narrow it down a bit, because, well, you know, we may as well change some things up for the other rooms. But could be cool for an entrance hall. Let me know your thoughts down below. For the time being, I'll just sort of design it like this, and then depending on what you all think, we're going to keep it or get rid of it. Doors and stuff has already been quite nicely designed, I would say, and otherwise, I mean, we do have a clue at least where the inside windows are going to go, so that is nice. Now, what I am going to do here, so I'm just going to go and get a slight outline going around the outside, basically, for where we want to get walls out. And also, I would really like to make a plan of where we could put some sort of little garage or something, maybe? You know, garage is a bit tough, because honestly, we've got so many freaking vehicles that I don't really know. I mean, we can't really make a garage that would be big enough for every vehicle. Unless we would sort of invent some sort of crazy platform system or something, where the platforms just store vehicles onto different levels, and it's all insane and everything. I don't know how feasible that would be, so, you know. Let's see, I guess. This here, though, honestly. This view we really, really want to and need to just contain as much as we can. Just, you know, enjoy. Enjoy ever after, basically. So the only thing that we're going to do here is we're going to drop the ceiling a teeny tiny bit. I'm even considering to just leave the windows at floor height here, but this we're definitely going to make just like massive window panes. Just, you know, to enjoy the beautiful view out on the ocean. I think that's awesome. That's literally one of the best parts of this entire location in my mind. So we're going to leave this as open as possible, obstructing the least amount of space we can. I do have the feeling that we are at least going to go and solidify that pillar a tad bit like that. But that shall be about it. So this here is definitely the plan for how much of a view we're going to leave right there. Now for all the other parts, I think we're not going to plan any windows on the sides yet. Because what is still open to me is where we place the farm and where we place the garage. So depending on that, you know, and you know, maybe like a general vehicle parking space. But depending on that, I guess, is how we also sort of design the viewpoints. You know, for a farm, we could have a decent view, but we wouldn't need like entirely crazy large windows. And for a little garage plus car parking space kind of combination, I guess, we would have a nice and open window towards the car parking space, but not necessarily directly onto the wall of the garage, if that makes sense. So that's why we're going to leave that kind of undesigned for the time being, if that makes any sense whatsoever. Then, up here, we can at least pull things out a little. You can see just how quickly we're actually, as per usual, already using up all of our bricks. The other thing that I'm actually going to do throughout here is that we're going to go and solidify the corner pillars of the building, you know, just in case. I've already got a weird sensational tingling, you know, in my spider senses, just in case some random bot runs about and starts whacking away at the structure, that not everything instantly falls down, because that would actually make me pretty mad. You know, the one thing that I think I'm already starting to be paranoid about is that at some point some bot just somehow sneaks himself into the house, and you know, the house is massive. So by the time we notice him, he's already deleted like half of it from the inside out, because we just haven't really ever come across him or something. That would be terrible. We need to watch out for this stuff. But generally, you know, just solidifying all these pillars, making them a bit wider, giving some more structural integrity to the thing as well, so we can sleep a little more comfortably at night. And then, I mean, generally, I've got an idea what we want to do here. I'm not sure we maybe want to make this one wider as well. I mean, technically, in terms of the form factor, I actually quite like how wide the windows are. So maybe we're going to leave that part as this. And then out here, we're definitely going to have some sort of veranda thing. Like, not entirely sure how to design it yet. Maybe, you know, maybe we make it just out of sand, you know, and have a little private beach here. I kind of really like the grass look of things, though. So maybe we're going to keep it a bit natural. Just have a little fence going around the outside. Then maybe a little pathway to the beach where we can just chill. And then let's see what we can make up. I mean, I'm sure that, like, with a little bit of carpet maybe, and then some wood, we could just design some furniture, stuff like that. Let's see what's possible in the end. You know, it's going to look a little cubic, but there may be some cool things to imagine right there. So that's just my general plan. But I think, then, windows are laid out here. For the sides, as I said, we're going to leave it like that for the time being. For the atrium, I think we've got a decent plan. Gonna have to see if I do want to raise this or not. I do not think so right here. I think only right here is where we are going to keep it a little more open than the rest. And I already nearly ran into the glass plane here, like all those beautiful memes that you see IRL all the time. Absolutely magnificent. But yeah, so that's the plan right there. That's all pretty much designed. We've got 5 hours left. And a whole 183 bricks also left to go. So we could just fill that in, but that would be boring. Also, what I really want would be some sort of light source. Is that even a thing in this game? I think there were like pathway light blocks. Do those actually emit light? Please let me know down below in the comments. That would be quite important. Because, you know, we need to invent some way of lighting this place. And I've got absolutely no clue yet. And without, it may just be... Well, it's not going to be dark at daytime, because we all, of course, have so many windows in this place. An insane amount, may I say. But, you know, nighttime is going to be very spooky. And I don't like spooky. Right, with that said, though, we've got 183 blocks left. Now, I would say, honestly speaking, before we get to any further design of, like, you know, windows and how we want to make things up here, especially given that this is kind of supposed to be a bit more of the area in which we produce things and everything, not like a living area or something, we're just going to go and fill the rest of these blocks into the ceiling to get a proper ceiling going to kind of just finish off the first layer. Now, that's, of course, not going to be done anytime soon here. We're just going to do this gradually over the next few episodes with all the materials that we have. And then in a few episodes' time, we should at least have a ceiling going, which is kind of just properly sealing this part off. Ha, ceiling, pun. Not intended. But then, I could kind of just go around, have a little bit of planning going on in terms of floor materials, and also, you know, bring it all to the proper level, because I think perspective is quite important when designing just how you want something to look. Because if I look from down here and I say, you know, the windows are going to be up here, and then at the end it's going to be too high, too low, that doesn't make any sense. That's not going to look great. So we're going to see. And we're also going to see generally based on what we are using in the end where. I think for a general outline, one of the smaller rooms is probably where we move our production and refinery setup to. And I would really like to say that the bigger room is probably going to be our storage room. So like a huge area of chests basically that's all connected up with pipes with this like production / refinery thing. The pipes are running across here and then we've got them kind of all connected in. Something like that would be nice. But let's see. And then this room, I'm not sure. You know, we could have our clothes crafting bot, something like that. We'll see. We'll find a use for that. The cooking bot is definitely going to chill somewhere down here, though. We'll have to see. I feel like this is more like a living room, living area, and then one of these side rooms will be the kitchen. That's probably where we're going to put him. So that's all fine and nice, I think. Decent progress made for today. You know, bottom floor pretty much done with the design phase. Filling in all this stuff is going to be a whole nother job, but otherwise, I think pretty clear. Hope you're happy with it. I certainly am. Let me know on all the things that I asked. Was a ton of things. Probably I'm gonna miss like half of it now if I outline it, so I hope you just listened to what I asked. That said, I mean, we're gonna continue with a second floor pretty much next time. There's a lot of designing left to do there. Now, like I said, we need to fill in just some basic floors also that we can work on and with. And then it's time to kind of come up to the third floor. Not even too far out anymore, I would say. It's going to be a whole lot more of designing to do, especially since that's also going to be like the area that I want to have like my private quarters in, and maybe we can even design like a little bath or something fancy. Who knows? Something cool along those lines. And then it's really just about a huge ton of work of actually filling in all the things. And after, you know, we really need a protection wall. When that is set up, I think we can slowly start moving over. And then we will add things like the veranda and the garage and all the furniture and stuff, kind of just slowly but surely as we go, if that makes sense. But, that said, there goes the field. Absolutely beautiful. Actually thought about it for once and didn't forget, so, you know, very happy and proud of myself right now. I hope you all are as well. Let me put first things first, the last 2 pineapples in here, because that way we're finally at 10. And we can in the next episode, go and deliver those out, and we are also going to go and make sure to grab ourselves all those villagers, and then we'll have a spudling gun. And it should hopefully be nice and beautiful and amazing, and we're just going to chunk out potatoes, wasting them like no tomorrow, and it's going to be an absolute joy, basically. That said, there is 10 minutes left till the raid actually comes in, so I don't think we really need to place a cut here. We're just going to await our destiny, and hopefully I'm not going to just absolutely get murdered again. Kind of trying to see where the haybots are coming from. Oh, hi. Sneaky boy. That's rather minute trade, I have to say. Oh, there's one more right there. Bye. Is that everyone? Did nobody get stuck back here? I mean, to be honest, we did only plant 2 pineapples and the rest was like pretty basic stuff, but honestly, a bit surprised. Okay, I mean, I can work with that. Fine. Fine by me. Absolutely fine. We're going to go pick up all the circuit boards real quick from all the totes that we absolutely murdered. Haybot, of course, did not have a component kit to share with us because, you know, he's a meanie. But, well, at least leave his arm there for future reference. Can always use some scrap metal, I guess. And that's that. Raid complete. Everything cleaned up. Still a bit of damage here and there. We do need to fix that at some point, but otherwise, quite happy. And everything's fine. And we've got enough for some extra food. We've got enough pineapples for the spudling gun finally. And we are pretty much done designing the first floor on our new home. So, quite happy with that. I hope you all are as well. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Of course, as usual, if you did, please make sure to smash that like button right down below for the YouTube algorithm. And if you're new around here and haven't done so just yet, also please consider subscribing right down below, as well as hitting that bell icon in order to stay up to date on all the future upcoming episodes. But with all that out of the way then, as usual everybody, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I will catch you in the next episode very soon. Ciao.